Ooh, jazz snakes. Snake jazz, no. Snake jazz.
Okay, start.
I wish I could skip that.
Who's band members?
I have no clue.
Doesn't matter. We have no rules here. Okay, guys, welcome to the 4th episode of the PSY-POD.
We are still around.
We're still around, and we're still legit here. We're here, joined as always by Kinley. How's it going? And we have Tanin Sana back in the studio after lockdown. How's it going, Tanin?
Shimchi.
And that nimdi pak yemo lebe. That nimdi it's yemo significance.
Ainda mo.
No.
Gurumpochi birthday mo.
Hindi,
Gurumpochi kana ma.
Gurumpochi kana ba?
Isn't Sechu Gurimpoche's birthday?
No.
Isn't it?
Sechu?
Sechu diga chum pa. We feel like such useless Bhutanese. Sechu give me much.
Sechu is the 5th day of the 10th month.
It's for basically anything actually to show about what happens when you die.
Pull it up. Come
pull
on,
it up. Finally, we have something to pull it up.
I never.
While we talk, you can just like look for it and zoom it in.
Also, Norlha here is our tech in charge. He does the recording, he does the audio, and he does all of that for a bottle of Nimbu Pani.
Okay, so Norlha, let's make Sechu in Dzongkha, day 10, our annual ritual.
Sorry, 10th day of the 5th month.
Our annual religious Bhutanese festivals held in each district of Dzongkha of Bhutan on the 10th day of a month of the lunar Tibetan calendar. The month depends on the place. Sechus are religious festivals of Drupal lineage of Kaju school of Tibetan Buddhism. Doesn't it really have the...
Okay, then my mistake. I always thought Sechu was...
Well, basically to tell the story of what happens when you die, basically.
That's one of the chums.
Chums on the then you get judgment, hakap,
Rakshama chum.
Hakap, and then Denachum. You know the cool thing in Bhutanese law system, the lawyer which represents you as a defendant.
In your afterlife, you mean?
No, in logi.
Oh, okay.
They're called hakap. The title is hakap. And then the prosecutor is Denachum. Easy. That's cool, right? And then the levels of what you call the judge, head judge, big judge is determined by animal. So you're a tiger, then you're
I think that's the benches of the court.
Yeah. Then the biggest supreme whatever civil justice is the lion. So it's animal system.
Lion.
Yeah, king of the jungle.
Are the lions there in the 12 animal system? I thought it was the 12 animal system.
It's not the 12 animal system, but then this what are we getting feedback?
No, we're not.
Okay, sorry. So basically, the king of the jungle is the lion, so that's where the biggest judge is the lion apparently. But then the prosecutor, like I said,
so the chief justice would be the lion.
Yes, I heard that from my lawyer friend. But fact check me. We're always wrong. Always wrong.
We're not always wrong, but
mostly
definitely fact check us.
Anyways.
So today is Father's Day as well.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Is anyone a father here? Mimo?
Not yet.
Well,
not that I know of.
Not that you know.
I mean, I'm half Shashop, so.
The day on Shashos. Kokti.
Hey, that's our word.
That's our word. Only we get to use it.
What about you? Any children?
Then some all of them chacho. Father's Day. I thought Father's Day that I could talk to you about that. I thought Father's Day and Gurumchi's birthday has significance, but remember them more.
No, it's just every June 20th is considered Father's Day.
I didn't know it was a Father's Day also. No, actually.
Neither did I.
That's how much we don't give a shit about Father's Day. And we're like 3 Mother's Day more. We have the International Mother's Day, and then we have Lord Buddha's
when he descending
descending day of Lord Buddha. That's more like Buddhist Mother's Day.
Okay.
And Teacher's Day is June 2nd. May 2nd, K3's birthday, Third King's birthday.
Yes.
And then we have what now? That's about it now. Children's Day, you don't have anything?
That would be November 11th.
Yes. Oh, November 11th is
the 4th King's birthday.
Oh,
K4's birthday.
Now what do we do with the 5th King's birthday?
The 5th King's birthday is his birthday, so...
I'm saying any associated... Yeah.
I don't think so, no? No, but then it's kind of now starting to get a little ridiculous in the international stage. Every day seems to be some day.
Yeah, embassy.
Like, how many? I think we're going to run out of days by now.
Yeah, International Women's Day, Menstrual Cycle Day.
I mean, not that we shouldn't have those days,
but then again, every month we have Gurumpochi Day. Gurumpochi Day, say what? My mom's really religious. And
okay,
Sechutam, I think is Grumbushi Day.
I am Mutikpa.
We don't know anything.
I am
So
Mutikpa.
let's not talk about too much. So anyways, let's talk about some of the viral topics of this week. And I think one of the most viral videos we saw this week was, of course, about that car running through and doing
Running over a dog.
running over and doing cold-blooded murder. So any context, I'll just give context for this video for people who haven't watched it. So there's this animal, like stray dog feeding kind of group. It's called Zeus something. As you see. So what did they do is they just adopt and then rescue animal dogs and then they feed them. So apparently one of their dogs got killed. Remember that?
Yeah.
They said they got ran over by a car and everything. So they got CCTV footage.
And that is a very...
There's a very, very graphic CCTV footage. If you guys are very faint of heart, I recommend you guys not to watch. But basically, the gist of it is he runs over this dog, which is basically in the middle of the road. You can clearly see that the dog is in the middle. And then he chooses to run over him.
And it's not like the dog pops out of nowhere. It's like...
No, it's right
like
there. It's chilling. Okay, of course, dogs, they're always out there. No, but then now as being a citizen of Thimphu, you realize to just live with the dogs which are always on the road. No. But anyways, this car comes, no, and then he runs over once. Then like at that moment, you stop, man, as a normal person, man. Then what he does, he proceeds to run over with the second wheel. Then... And the wheel, they miss it. It doesn't turn all the way, no. So he drags him for like a few seconds, then he takes off. He hesitates for a minute, then he leaves. And then people are watching, seeing what's happening with this dog and everything.
And I think a group of dogs also like...
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked like they were...
So
I hope they were not attacking the dog. There was a group
I
of dogs.
think they felt the pain of because usually because I had my own dog once and when he died similar fashion. What they do is they get in so much pain, they pee themselves, they shit themselves, and they run away because apparently dogs know they don't like to die in front of their owners.
Yeah, no.
But basically, that dog, this team, they wanted to rescue them, apparently as per their story on Instagram, and then they took them to the hospital. But on the way, the dog passed away.
I can think.
So, anyways, what do you guys think about that video? Yeah.
I'm all I know is for right now is that I'm hoping whoever did that, the driver,
allegedly it was a lumlo.
That makes it even worse. If allegedly it's a lum.
No,
if it's a lum, we don't know if these are just people's assumptions. Okay, but then either way, regardless of whether or not it was a lum or an average citizen, I hope they have the decency to come forward at least. I think.
But I think you don't need to come forward because in the CCTV you can see the license plate number.
No, but then why? If you know you've done such a shitty thing, like, I would personally say come forward.
And what can you do by coming forward?
I don't know. Be punished by the law. I mean, RSPC.
Is there a law though?
They should be.
Is there a law?
I hope
I think there's a law for animal cruelty, man, and
that is a form of. But then again, we don't know. I don't know.
If it was a mistake, no, the evidence in that video didn't look like it was like a mistake.
Yeah. No, like you said, the fact that it goes over it once, and instead, once you realize that it's gone over, and I'm sure the dog would not have been quiet, it would have yelped.
Of course, you feel the actual running over of the dog.
True. But then these are again just what we are assuming happens. But I personally, I watched that video quite a few times, and I was
very disturbing.
Yeah,
especially now. How much we preach about being kind to animals and stuff, and we see stuff like that. No,
I mean, I remember there was this other case a few months, about a year ago, where some mommy dude, like some guy's dog bit his kid. So then this.
Oh yeah, I heard this story too.
He took the patang and like just smashed the dog on the face.
That's what I thought.
Something like that. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But I do remember someone sending me this petition and asking me.
Yeah. It was like last year, I think.
Yeah, and I saw the picture and the dog had like this like huge gash across its head, and I'm like, I understand you would want to protect your child, right? But then again, you don't go to that extent. You don't like.
But I think what happened to that good dude? Did he get like
I have no
punishment and
I don't think anything came of it. I hope something did, but highly unlikely that anything came of it.
But then we're getting a lot of like reactions on that story because I've seen it shared so many times on Instagram, and one of my friends, he shared it. He wrote quite of a thought-provoking caption. He said like, if you all those people who are saying no, fuck the driver or whatever, no, you guys, if you're eating meat, no, you're all being hypocrites, so don't say shit. So how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about the fact that at the end of the day, even if I eat meat, doesn't mean that I'm incapable of feeling anything for something, right?
Yeah, but
I don't know about anyone else, but when it comes to the whole meat eating situation, like I don't know why people are trying to turn it again into this
thing, yeah.
this like
Cruelty, animal
cruelty thing. At the end of the day, it is in the video plainly evident that this guy ran over this dog, didn't bother to stop, didn't bother to get out of his car and check, or at least if you did that, pick up the dog, put it in your car, and try to take it to the vet to get it.
The fact that you could tell that this guy had no remorse for that. No, we can speculate. Of course,
that's speculation. We don't know if they didn't have any remorse.
No.
But I don't know. Like that's another issue. That's.
Is it a fine?
I don't know about it.
Is it like a private settlement? Like,
well, it's a stray dog. It doesn't technically have.
No, it's stray. He was rescued.
Okay, rescued. But does it have like an owner?
But another thing what people are saying, like owners, they should be accountable. They can't leave your dog lying around in the middle of the streets.
That's there too.
No.
Because.
But you wrote that also, I think.
I did not write anything about this issue. I just saw the video.
You shared it. Yeah.
I didn't share it either. I just.
You shared it.
Did I? I did not. I did not share it.
I
did not share it, man. I know.
Getting a call was like the I'm getting a call. Hi,
I did send it as a message to one of my friends, but I never shared it.
But then I thought it was the same place last time party charges the pole
where the pole fell. Yeah, it looked a little similar, but I don't think it's
so like what's happening in that area? All the shit going down.
It can't be the same place. What do you think?
No comments.
Okay, fine.
Come on,
no,
Tanin Sonam's also a rapper here, by the way.
Man. He goes by Young D, Young Disappointment.
Or Dick. Whichever he prefers.
Wait, loves the LD since he's like a little dicky.
Yeah, don't like him.
You don't like him at all?
I do not like him.
You don't like him?
I'm not a big fan. Don't enjoy him.
He has a show called Dave.
Yeah,
damn good show, man. It's a good show. I'm gonna plug that show. Watch Dave. It's on some channels you can find on.
I don't know about the show. I haven't watched the show, but
it's a great show. Why you like
the music? Like, I'm not a big fan of his content that much.
What, of the hip hop or the lyrics or the jokes, the dick jokes?
Nothing. Just the entire thing. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I'm genuinely not a big hip hop fan.
Okay.
I mean, I do listen to a little bit of hip hop here and there, but
hippity hops.
Yeah, but I think Little Dicky's is a little. Well, that's just my personal thing, though.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Little Dicky, and besides, he's also a comedic writer, brother. So that's why the show Dave he wrote the show, and it's about his emergence into the hip hop scene. No, it's pretty interesting if you guys like hip hop. And
so it's very autobiographical.
Yeah, very slightly fictional, but it's good. Season 2 is out, so I'm interested about that. Okay, another topic of this week. What we got? We got Ronaldo is killing Coca-Cola stock by 4 billion, and we're going to do that same thing for Nimbu Pani. Nimbu Pani hashtag Nimbu Pani sponsors. Kill also scary to got the label also, so you don't get sued. Whatever Nimbu Pani sue us, we got nothing to sue.
I don't think they'd sue us. They'd be more than happy because we're technically endorsing the product.
Now Nimbu Pani stock up here. Two
I'm actually I'm not a big football person. I don't watch this sort of stuff. I'm not a big sports person either. But
so
I found it so funny that like this one dude, all he does is he picks up the Coke, puts it to the side,
Heineken also,
takes his water, he drinks it, and then I think he says something like "have water," something like.
That's Ronaldo. Then Ronaldo.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo.
So Ronaldo basically he's a very fit guy. He doesn't drink the soft drinks. So Coca-Cola is a big sponsor of the Euro tournament right now. So he's put like in front, press conference now. So he just took the Coke, and he just like nonchalantly before the interview starts, he says, "No Coke, drink water along with." That's all he says, man. And because he has like 200 million followers on Instagram, 300 million followers.
They immediately.
So because of that trust, the market price in Coca-Cola just crashed 4 billion down in value. But it doesn't mean he'll stay down there also, of course. But in like a span of a day, everything went down, it dropped.
But that's kind of thing. And then I think after that, like there was a rule, like you can't now, you'd get fined if you touch any of the the sponsors.
Yeah, of course they should be pissed. But then there's another player, Paul Pogba.
Yeah, he did with Heineken.
He did with the Heineken because he's Muslim and he doesn't drink. And then there was that one Scottish dude who took the Coke and he put the Heineken both. He says, "Sponsor me."
But is he somebody that's worth sponsoring though?
He's
is he a sports personality?
He's a player as well, but he's not as big as a player as Ronaldo and Pogba, of course.
All I know about football is kick the ball to your friend, and that's it.
And put
You
it
know,
back
that
in
was
the net.
one thing that was really, in a way, I would say, a little cruel, but at the same time, a way to let me fit in when I was in school was, obviously I can't see, right? When I was in the I used to play football, and I used to be goalie.
Goalkeeper, I know, I remember.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, of course,
yeah.
yeah.
And I used to be so happy because, like, you know, you would be
Part of the team. But then you get hit in the head a lot.
taking literal balls to the face. But it was fun. But I think, that's just something that I found really interesting. With like everyone would be like, okay, we'll put Kinley in our team, but
No, of course.
Kinley be goalie.
Everyone wants. It's unwritten laws. Everyone wants to play, but no one wants to be the goalie. But no one.
I personally want to be the goalie because I don't like running around.
If there's one person who wants to be the goalie, they become the most wanted player. But my player. Oh, he'll be the goalie. Sure. But with Atra, if you don't have a goalie growing up, no, then you get bored. No. Change base.
What is the other thing we used to do when we were in? You remember when we used to play basketball? The next.
Yeah,
Next.
we still do next right now.
You used to-
we still BOC court.
I haven't.
So there's next and after next.
I think my sports interest peaked when I was in like class 7, and then after that it was like
Actually, when we were growing up in Sunshine, the only problem was we had no other sports. We used to play labar, chunki volleyball. Remember chunki volleyball?
yes.
And then what else?
We had that one court, right?
And the
That
thing,
one
and then
basketball.
marble and kopi.
Marble was amazing. At one point there was this entire marble trend during class 6. Everyone was like,
Metal marble, no, remember that metal ass marbles that fuck every shit up.
it was just a bearing. It was a ball bearing, to be honest with you. It's just that.
And then the Bangkok marbles when I was Jashishi with that eyes and the blue.
And then whenever somebody smashed someone else's, like if you had like the thing and you got like hit it, you'd be like, I'm aiming to destroy that shit. Like you take the ball bearing, the bamboo.
There's so cheap bamboo is in the normal bamboo, but then metal bamboo.
Yeah, the bearing.
Then milli na krisna. The
Chunki, milli. What is it?
milli krisna. Chunku uchi de mana.
Turkey?
Churki. There we go.
And the game, the time you say rule, you first you put it in the hole more, then you can
No,
clean more.
it's not called the hole, my friend. It's called the pill.
The pill,
The pill. So you'd always I remember the game. The rule was all of you take a turn in the start. Whoever gets closest to the pill, they begin.
Oh yeah.
So
but if you get in the pill, you can start also. And then chronologically, whoever put it first.
Whoever, if you get it in the pill like a hole in one, then you'd be the one to start. And then I remember there was like you could call guard. Like you could put your legs behind your marble like that, so that there was something like guard. Then what was the other one? There was kick. If your marble was too far from the pill, you could call kick, and you could just like tap it once.
Who made these rules, Simo?
I have
It's like golf, yeah. No, basically.
A form of weird. It's poor man's golf.
Poor man's golf. Marbles. This is dead one. I don't think the kids these days are playing marble.
When my younger brother was in school, they were playing marble, but it was a weird marble. They were flat marbles.
Flat.
It wasn't even a marble. It was the same material as a marble, but it was flat. And I was like, how do you play with
Oh,
that?
so how do you play with them?
I have no clue.
Dominoes and beyond.
No, they did the same way we did.
Same thing.
Oh, yeah, but then I think it didn't last.
It didn't catch on. I think that was a dead sport now. No.
Oh, but I used to remember playing pencil topa, and then you had that one friend who always like tried to catch the pencil just as the person throws the compass, and it.
Compass na. Pencil to one.
No, what was it? Was it pencil topa? We used to play it when I was in Wangdi. When I used to study in Wangdi, you take a wooden pencil and then you'd keep it on the thing, and then you take your compass and you try to like nail the because the pencil's obviously really small.
Try
right?
to split the pencil.
So
in
you try to dig. It's like playing darts, but on the table. So you'd keep your pencil there. And
What kind of logic is this? Yeah.
Everyone would take turns. So you take the divider or the compass, and then you try to nail the pencil with it. So if you hit it and you could pick up the pencil with the compass in it, then you get a point. So the trick was you had to aim it in such a way that you could get it. And you always had that one friend who tried to catch the pencil as the person throws the compass. And then you were
What's pencil topo, man?
Pencil to me, yeah.
What's it?
Did you never play Kopi?
In my age, actually, Beyblade seite.
Yeah, ngachi Beyblade.
No, we played
Beyblade also. But then pencil, we had pencil to so you throw a pencil and you try to hit the pencil also.
Yeah.
Weird game, nice guy, no smash.
It's something like Kopi also, not like Kopi. So you throw the coins and then you throw
What's
coins.
copy?
Copy me, oh, you uncultured child there. Let us educate you.
I never played
You're
Kopi,
joking or
I'm
being
not
serious? Copy is literally gambling for little kids. You make a pill again, same is logic. You throw
It's like playing marbles, but a little different.
You try to throw as many coins in the pill more.
Yeah, and then I think if I remember correctly, you would
Give me the
yeah, and you
I didn't have any friends growing up.
you know when So copy used to be around when my mom was a kid as well. And my mom's late brother, who was her elder, he used to steal all of my grandmother's coins and play copy, and he used to challenge my mom. My mom would win all the coins and then put it back in my grandmother's box.
But what was the rules though? You make a pill?
I don't remember now. I'm like, I remember.
Somebody needs to really bring this back a copy more. But then it was I didn't like it much also.
But do you remember when Beyblade when Beyblade first?
Mayo's first thing about that. You make a little ground. Lunch break was lit as fuck, man.
Except for that one kid who could afford to bring the toy Beyblade, the actual one.
Then upgrade dribble there. Then
yeah.
you got the kids with normal Beyblade. I got an Beyblade. I was so happy. Then we got those motherfuckers who put that metal, no, which is like this big.
Those hooked ones, yeah. And they
ruin
again,
shit up. No.
And they again aimed towards like breaking everyone's. But then I remember the other ones where you'd like take like bottle caps, you glue the bottle caps together, put a skewer through it, and then wrap string around it, and then you just.
Man, that thing.
Do you remember that Beyblade? Patika Yatsu Beyblade.
Oh yeah.
So the big ass metal,
yeah.
they'll put a little bit patikas in Chitsumba there.
Yeah.
So once they clash, no, sparks.
It sparks a little bit.
My Beyblade did Ricky. Snowballers.
Budget
bleeding.
You fucked it up, guys.
I had this one. My dad got me this one, which was like you had to assemble it.
Yeah.
Like it comes in pieces, and then you're like.
They didn't upgrade it, but because there is each season of Beyblade, because it's merchandise, no, they made new type of Beyblades, no. So you got this. First one was the Motti one. Then the Chungu Choi, pathetic bear. I didn't like it. But it was more like you could spin more RPMs was there, no.
P2Ns and favorites.
Actually, you go to a local get the budget ass ones, the big ass metals.
And then
fuck shit up, man. You fuck shit up, man.
Don't you love this shit? HMS Blade.
Oh, HMS Blade.
That's the one which is the
small one.
The small one, and you have to build it. It comes in pieces, and you have to like construct it into it. And the best thing is, if you had many HMS blades, you could actually take pieces from other pieces and combine to make a stronger one.
Oh.
So if you could afford like 2 or 3 HMS blades, you could. That's why pay to win.
But whatever it is, man, and the stadium, nothing compares to a walk, no. Kalasam walk.
Actually, it was funny because in the original, when the anime started, there was a scene in the anime where they're in China.
No walk, yeah.
And then like they're like, where are we gonna battle? And it's in the streets, and they're like, we don't even have a stadium. And so one guy just like throws a walk on the ground. He's like, okay, let's start.
When I was growing up, I really thought that if I believed more, my spirit and
that's what we all used to do. Did you shout?
I believed me, Dragoon. I believe.
I had a friend who used to only scream Dronzer half the time. He's like,
dancing style team.
And that's how you screw your wrist up after all.
And then you got a sniper one, no? Remember the sniper?
Which actually had no use to it. Why would you aim?
Nice.
It had this.
Then it became like this, but
where you could hold like a gun.
Launcher in the
launcher, yeah.
Pay to win, man.
Thing, man, gangster style, but don't.
And then all the time those ripcords.
Yeah.
You used to get all
the long ass ones also to fuck people up again.
And then the worst part was like the teeth used to get worn out of those, and you used to like rub cooking oil onto it just so that it could go through your thing properly without getting stuck half it.
One of the best Beyblade thing was when we were growing up in Cartoon Network, they changed it to Hindi by the top. Do you remember?
I watched Pokemon, I watched Dragon Ball, and Beyblade in Hindi.
So listen now. So Beyblade, this is like 3, 2, 1, let it rip long by the.
Teen do ek.
That's what I'm saying. So when it became Hindi, Tyson ki. Teen do ek Beyblade ho gaya.
Tyson in the.
Tyson
member.
Shit, fucked. My favorite one was what?
Jay became Jay.
My favorite one was what?
Let's do not your boomtang voice. The voice.
No, just registered. Jay became Jay.
Indianize it now.
Shit.
Hashtag topical. Topical.
No, but I remember watching Pokemon in Hindi, and the song was the best. It's like सबसे बेहतर बनूंगा मैं जैसा कोई और न था. Yeah, I will be the very best, no one ever was. And then it's supposed to be gotta catch 'em all, man. Like karne hai hasil. Pokemon. And I watched that in Hindi. I watched Cardcaptor Sakura in Hindi.
What's Cardcaptors now?
Sakura card captor मात्र हो.
You never watched
I
Card
have no idea
Captors?
what that is.
It's a nice anime. I mean, yeah.
Cut it down, yeah.
Yeah, it used to come on Cartoon
What
Network.
is that
all the
about?
time.
Like Duel Masters and yeah.
Sort of like Duel Master. There are cards involved. So basically, there are spirits that are supposed to be in card form. So there's this girl whose name is Sakura, and she's supposed to catch these spirits and basically confine them back into their card form.
All fucking merch memo last night when you realize it. All merch.
Do you remember the
Pokemon
Duel Masters merch?
game?
Did y'all play the
Wasn't
Duel
it-
Masters card game?
I still to this
It's
day
just Duel
no
Masters.
fucking clue how to do Masters. Same shit. I just know that Yu-Gi-Oh! Al-Cliche with the fucking crazy ass hair.
Yeah. Yugi.
Yugi. No, he's Yugi.
I think his name is Yugi.
What's O then?
I have no clue.
Yugi!
I thought Yugi was his name.
Oh, I don't know. Then you had the Byakugan, remember? Byakugan.
One
Pah! That you call the
Oh, you mean Bakugan?
Byakugan.
Bakugan.
Byakugan.
Bakugan.
Byakugan.
Byakugan is the...
Jimmy, pull it up.
Why?
Jimmy,
Yes.
pull it up.
Bakugan is the anime I think about.
Yeah, the ball which cracks open and then thing. It's
Byakugan.
Bakugan. Byakugan is what
Naruto,
Hinata
remember?
and Neji can do.
Nejigami.
Duh.
I've been cultured, man.
I'm not cultured. Bakugan.
We just sort of
I missed Bakugan.
we just like sort of showed everyone that we're weebs, right?
Bakuman the enemies. And
Bakuman is the anime of how to write a manga.
And Byakugan is Nejigi Mitoni, where he sees through all that shit.
Yeah.
Nemo.
I wish I had that.
Oops. Neji. The Hugo Clan he was the more.
growing up, gachi video games saying.
Yeah.
The last game that I played when I think like
First
now,
game
can't
I ever
like
played
anymore.
was, of course, Duck Hunt. Mana? Duck Hunt.
나는 좀 games still juice. ngay charge table childhood friend. Quit chimna joginess. Ko auntie ki chimna. I went. They had a family game. Get animes. Pirated game some.
Shit. Okay.
Then
You're talking about like that
the
9,999 in one. No, but
Harry Potter.
bootleg ones.
이름으로 Harry Potter 참 쉬워더니. The Harry Potter 2D game meme. 아니, the Harry Potter is buff as hell. So ripped missing, and his whole role was to punch bats, jump there.
Punch bats, yeah. How does that really do with Harry Potter?
Miss bats. Enemy the spook on that punch. Lu another joy there.
shit.
Bootleg.
I think the first my dad got me when this is like back in the late 90s, early 2000s. My dad got me the
PS1?
SNES,
Oh.
the family one.
I never had it.
I had that, and
My
to
cousin
this day, I still love those games. I actually,
Cartridge,
yeah, the cartridge one. And then the first game I played on that was Contra, and I love Contra.
Oh yeah, Contra was so good.
The music.
They don't make co-op games like these.
No, Contra was nothing compared to Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
Oh, Metal Slug was amazing.
Man, that was the shit.
Heavy machine gun.
Heavy machine gun. Thank you for saving me.
I recently downloaded it for the PC, and my younger brother and
You
I.
get it for the thing also now. Phone network.
I'm good without the. I'm good for the phone. I need larger screens.
It's nice more. Emulate between more.
What? PS Store no it's on but the prices are so high.
Just download it, torrent the
You
shit.
should make a anime of the modern version of Metal Slug more. Come to
I think 3D Mia Metal
Easy.
Slug.
No, and I think I feel it would spoil the charm if you turned it into 3D because we associate that game
you
with
can
the
you can make a
nostalgia.
new one. Like how look at God of War. God of War was also similar. I never even sure. Now
What do you mean? God of War was never a side scroller, bro.
No, not side scroller, but in like the perspective.
It was always a third person.
Third person, but the perspective was like more like actually like a little bit higher camera view and a lot of like scaling.
Okay, you're talking about the camera was a little, but right now the current one is over the shoulder.
Like over the shoulder, no,
yeah.
like more like you're in the battle. Boy.
Somebody said it's not God of War, it's Dad of Boy.
Dad of War. God, I mean Dad of War.
See, when I become a father, that is the kind of dad bod that I want.
Okay.
I'm hoping for.
Okay.
I don't
Just
think
kill
I'll get it.
all the gods in essence, okay?
King na boy lugas no.
Bossa.
Bossa.
Bossa. Bom is
Yes.
bome.
Bome. Bumlu.
Bome.
Oh man, show us.
Aja.
Bome shy. Bome shy. Shy means to come.
One game he machung kachin san sinega Crash.
Crash Bandicoot, yeah.
Kamsi pakaya. And Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yeah, what ani mass pop the gachi long. Yeah, everyone has their different
I always hear Unka something.
Uga bunga.
Uga. Yes.
Banka shinga. Mas lang naman
Uga bunga. Uga baga.
I hear Uga Buga sometimes. Some people have heard Uga Buga.
Banka shika.
Isn't that
The
Zuma?
anime,
That's
the
Zuma.
Rainbow Ninja of the
That's Zuma. Oh my god. That's Zuma. What I'm saying.
The one that he was saying is
Zuma
Zuma.
shakala. There's
The one that he's the one
Oh,
you're talking
Zumo
about,
san
the
yemen
red
na
bone.
kala kala game mo.
Uga Chaga.
Uka shaka.
No,
we're getting
that's not
on-
Red Bone.
We're taking on a
That's-
nostalgia trip.
That's shit. I forgot who's that. That's not Red Bone. Red Bone is Come and Get Your Love.
The intro ani but coming you love.
Meh? Hooked on a feeling in that
Yeah,
one.
hooked on my
Blue
bed.
Suede. Blue Suede is.
Okay, my bad.
Come and get anyway, speaking of video games, so recently read on the news that the government's
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to ban PUBG.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that.
PUBG.
Yeah.
No, but then see, it's so a lot of parents are complaining that PUBG is sort of taking up the children's time, and people have also said that workplace productivity, blah blah blah, that sort of stuff.
Who plays PUBG at work then?
That's what I want to know. I mean, why? In all honesty, why should the government be the one who handles this, right?
No, it's just a medium for the kids to play. If you take PUBG away, they'll play something else.
Yeah, I mean, and
Maybe
on top
that's
of that,
a
it's
new
not
one.
like people are saying like we'll try to ban PUBG, but here's the thing: there's VPNs exist,
Yeah.
proxy websites
Yeah.
exist. You can always find a way,
No.
and especially with today's like kids
With internet.
with internet, you can literally find any way to like.
More.
Do you play PUBG?
Not really.
Do
Yeah.
you play PUBG?
When I was in Japan, I used to play it quite heavily, but then I just didn't see the point of it. What's the point you'll get there?
I just didn't see. No, but then see, I don't play PUBG. I don't play any video game. I haven't played video games in the longest time. But I know my younger brothers and my cousins play.
It's a fun ass game though.
No, it's-
it's a bomb ass game.
And a lot of parents are saying like it's taking the children's time. But then I'm like, at the end of the day, can't you
Restrict your
be a little
time,
like.
parenting.
I mean, if your kid's below the age of 18, then you do have some say in it,
Oh,
right?
the more-
Like, you don't, of course, be strict and be like, you don't get your phone, blah,
No,
blah,
they're
blah.
just like,
But
okay,
give
yeah.
them their...
Yeah, actually, class, school na way, homework be, tuition na so. You do it, then between here and your bedtime, play as much as you want.
But
or you
once
do-
bedtime is come, you go to
No,
bed.
it's very simple. Just make your parenting
I
time.
mean, it's not simple because
Put
parenting isn't really simple.
Put yourself in a schedule. No, schedule your child. Then you'll become like, hey, took man. It's a reward system at the end.
No, you have to teach your children responsibility. And I honestly don't think the government should be concerned about PUBG at the current moment. With what's currently happening with the pandemic, with this amount of...
PUBG mo Tencent game na te.
Tencent?
Lots
Yeah,
of
Koreans.
stuff. No, Chinese company.
Koreans.
They own
No,
TikTok.
no.
It's the same company
No,
that owns
Tencent
TikTok
bought
and
PUBG
WeChat.
from
Oh, so they
Korea,
must have
I
bought it
think.
from the Koreans.
Mobile version, I think.
And
So-
at the same time, I think people are saying that PUBG is addictive, right? But let's be honest, parents. We all know you all like your WeChats. We all know you all enjoy watching your TikToks as well. So like,
And my dad's pretty very he gets into a loophole when he goes watching and he goes, slow, what's that word? And Facebook, you do not watch now. You keep
my
going,
dad does the
watch,
same
watch.
thing.
Bah, Rook Superstar ke episode tahu me.
Does your dad do that? Do any of your parents do that? Like go on Facebook?
Basically, just a dopamine thing. That dopamine
no, it's
surplus.
a dopamine surplus.
No,
No, so I think, but it doesn't make sense. Why would you ask the government to ban something? And why is banning the first thing that you jump to? Like, it's such an extreme thing to go towards. Like, immediately, we don't like this, ban it. It's like, no, like, try to find a way to, like, solve this without having to, where everyone wins, like compromise a bit. Who are you talking to on your phone?
Okay, is there Nibum, if you're watching this, I'm responding to your text, you're calling me.
No, but then like, I think with the current situations going on, the government shouldn't be concerned about banning PUBG. Rather, I think we should try to find.
If you ban
compromise.
PUBG, then you have to ban Dota, then you have to ban FIFA,
Then you have to ban Fortnite,
you have to ban
Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends.
You ban Mobile Legends,
Then you
you're
ban-
taking money away from Mania.
You're taking.
Because Mania is doing Mobile Legends streaming.
There's some other kids also like this. There's a team from PUBG called Makpem. They went on international tournaments. It's giving them little avenues of esports.
Yeah.
But then again, BT and Telecom, Touch will not get money from all the games that you're going to ban. Definitely.
No, but I think at the end of the day, it's just a matter of teaching your children to be a little responsible with their
anything
time.
that if you are a person who was slow, doesn't study all day, even plays football also 8 hours a day, that's also not going to be beneficial also, unless you're going to be centric. No.
Yeah, but then
Anything
that's
if you
an
abuse it
avenue.
too much is going to be a bad thing there. So no matter what, no. So games, of course, PUBG, like how to say, who hasn't finished their colleges, who haven't done their shit.
See, that's because they don't know how to manage their time.
their time. It's a time management issue.
Issue,
like
it's
you
not-
said.
it's not an
the
issue
game
of-
issue, it's just the medium.
And then some people have been telling me that, it steals your data. I'm like, honey, you have Facebook, you have Instagram. They already have your data. What are you talking about? I love this argument that people make. It's like, don't use these games and apps because they take your data. And then I'm like, trust me, they already have your data at this point. Once you start having a laptop and using social media, everyone's got your data at this point. Like,
last time I read this really interesting post. Like, remember that you said like, I'll never let anyone control my mind with a chip. But when you think about the social media tracking and then all the data coverage, your cookies, no.
When did I say that I'll never let it?
No, I didn't say you, but I'm just saying, like, I read this last time, that this would, like, when you'd say, like, I'll never let someone put a chip in my brain.
Oh, no, that's what a lot of people who are against the vaccinations right now, they're like, the vaccines have tiny microchips which will be injected.
If that's sophisticated, why would you use it on that moment? You use other things.
But then the best part is that a lot of them are like, they don't want to get vaccinated because then you become microchipped and people can track you. Same argument, honey, you're using Facebook, you're using Snapchat, Instagram, WeChat. They're already tracking you. They already have your data. Just the only difference is, be a little responsible with what you're watching and be a little responsible with the time management with it.
Yeah, basically, like I said, no, it's a dopamine thing, remember? Humans are all addicted to dopamine, so social media, what you call gaming, porn,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exercise. These all release all this dopamine. The small little happiness triggers. So all these things, if you can manage it more, is good. But if you don't manage it, you don't notice, then these things add up. No.
Yeah.
Actually, brains. And if you see a piece of carrot and a piece of chocolate, our brain will only choose something which will give us the instant gratification.
Which is the chocolate.
Of course, so something like that. So yeah. Sykes, man.
Speaking of games, Chingy, top recommended games that anyone should play.
Anyone should play. You should play Last of Us.
You
should. This is from BioShock Infinite. This is a very good game from the BioShock series. It's about this guy Booker who goes through the time barrier and goes to another. Time barrier. He goes through another. He's a bounty hunter. Okay. He's a bounty hunter. Okay.
Booty hunter.
Bang bus. So basically he has to go to rescue somebody in another timeline, okay? So he goes to this multiverse place called Colombia, which is a city which floats in the sky. So that being said, if you play the game, very good. That's my recommendation. BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us.
We have the title for this week's episode, by the way.
What is it?
Booty Hunter.
Booty Hunter.
There we go.
Booty Hunter. Isn't that like a porn series? Yeah, Booty Hunter. It sounds like that.
The Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Where are you watching this stuff, bro?
Triple X Men, there.
What?
Triple X Men.
Have you watched 10-inch Mutant Ninja? If you're below the age of 18, do not.
Like they don't know.
But then again, like when I was below the age of 18, I had already watched some rather screwed up shit. So okay. But
Go back to the video game. Let's forget about the
I
porn
haven't played
title.
video games in a while though. What is the one that I've?
GoldenEye, Counter-Strike 1.6. Never forget.
Never enjoyed FPSs. I hate first-person shooters. I get a headache.
But BioShock Infinite is a FPS. It's a good game, but.
Well, recently I was playing Inside.
Inside is a great game.
I enjoyed Inside.
Inside.
So it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle solving game.
It's 3D. It's 3D, but it's
3D, but it's side scroller. It's like Limbo. It's by the same creators.
Creators of Limbo.
And I enjoyed it. I kind of creepy at certain parts, but
it's very good game.
It's a good game. It's a nice puzzle solving game.
And then you can play it on your phone. And another phone game you can play is Walking Dead Sega on the tablet. And Telltale series.
Games,
It's a good game. Walking Dead, Batman, and also the Wolf Among Us. Pretty good game.
Among Us?
Wolf Among Us.
Oh, I thought you said.
I got that for free then. Epic Games now. That this week
giveaway.
Control actually. Did you guys play Control?
Control.
Boom there.
Free where?
Oh, it's free.
And the Epic Games he's downloaded a lot of free games. Last time we got GTA 5 for free. On Epic Games.
Yeah.
On Epic Games.
They give free games every week.
You have a lot of weird 2D games you keep playing, like Goat Simulator.
I recommend.
I'm scared what that is. What is that?
It's a goat simulation.
Is it good or is it bad?
Good.
Putin versus ISIS Matsubu.
Putin versus. He plays all these weird ass games.
Can we change the topic to Putin versus ISIS?
아니 dating simulator지 뭐 Colonel Sanders finger looking good simulator 랍be.
Ew.
Colonel Sanders buff base.
Ah,
You gotta date him the jigsaw.
You gotta date him, yeah. A dating simulation, na.
Oh, hot the full boyfriend 랍be. Pigeonese.
Oh.
Japanese setting like Doki Doki.
Okay.
And you're just pigeons. The date begote.
I-
Pigeon personality. So. Hot the full boyfriend.
I'm
Check
sort
that
of
out.
scared what Norlha does in his free time.
What's in
Weird ass
the
games.
But
So you don't play it, but Tanin Sonam does, right?
what's in me? But I know that.
And
But-
Your alter ego.
the game dance me do, but I'm not much with the indie games on indie
What
games.
indie chess?
Oh no, but one of the best indie games that I haven't played, I did play a little bit of it, but after a while my eyes hurt like shit, and my younger brother continued. Blasphemous.
Blasphemous.
It's like Dark Souls, but a side scroller, and it's a good indie game. I really enjoyed it. Another one that I liked was Shovel Knight.
Okay, what's that
Oh,
about?
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight's
2D.
like nice. It's a 2D platformer indie, but really good.
Because of RPG now, isn't
Sort of like an RPG, right?
Undertale.
No.
지금 Undertale 맞지 뭐?
Undertale, I heard about it. Is it any name or?
It's like a Game Boy Advance type game.
TV perspective name, man.
No.
I heard about it, but never played it.
It's sort of like playing
Yeah.
GBA. It's like a Game Boy
But
Advance.
RPG mega is turn-based game. I don't like it.
No,
at
it's
all.
not turn. Is this turn-based?
It's not turn.
It's not
It's turn-based.
Yeah, I don't like turn-based. Boring thing, man. Pokemon. That's why I'm never a fan of Pokemon. I'm never a fan.
kidding?
Pokemon series, loved it. Game boring.
I enjoyed the games. Pokemon Emerald is my favorite game.
Yes.
I was never into it.
Actually, no.
Pokemon turn-based game boring thing is you just go. Pokemon 좀 and the top way. Then
뭐봐 차징한 이거 신나. Real Game Boy would say after I got the emulator computer would say much easier.
fast,
yeah.
skip, run.
You just have to
Random.
you press the space bar button and everything runs like it's on cocaine.
That's it. We can Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Or Ditto mo. Daycare center. Lifetime.
All of us just like put it like we all catch a Ditto, and you need a Ditto if you want to create a new Pokemon like an egg. So you just take a Ditto, you put it in the Pokemon daycare center, and you just leave it there, and you just let it like mate with other Pokemon so you can get a baby Pokemon.
Any
Very cruel.
Rick and Morty game to me. It's so
Pocket
good.
Morty, I played
It's
it.
so good. I enjoyed that more than any Pokemon game. Basically same easy, but Morty to me, multiple Morty, Super Morty, Wrestler Morty,
Cowboy Hat
Morty.
So you know Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
So you're Rick,
Okay.
and instead of catching Pokemon, you're catching Mortys.
Okay.
And each Morty has a different type. The fire, water type,
No, actually not fire. It's rock, paper, and scissors.
rock, paper, scissors type, and the So you fight same easy. Trainer thing more. You have to fight with Kunzi Morty, Chicky Morty, and you can combine two Mortys in like two wrestler Morty, Luchador Morty.
You get one, like, yeah.
That was a very good game.
Bhutan기 economics 배고했다. Abok the runs always. 내가 알았네. Abok the run.
No, you need to buy the copyright there.
You sort of gave the idea to them now.
Yeah, man. You give somebody's hearing this. Abok the run.
Power ups.
Flappy Abokto.
Power ups.
Flappy Abokto.
Flappy Bokto.
Flappy Bokto.
That sounds okay.
Bokto run 다니면
I think
Pull to the run.
될 죽으면.
Pull to the run.
No,
That'll be amazing.
then you'd end up paying a lot of money
They're
for his
Korean.
likeness. So
You can purchase
I'll
the
book
motion.
them.
But you get the
Go
thing back out.
Mado.
But this is also pay to win
In-game
now.
purchases there. Oh, the tolam chinyochu.
And some 2D games also is realistic because indie games is not so make worth it. One person can make a game.
The Subway Surfer, the Temple runs.
But this is like little high graphics.
And-
Look at Flappy Bird. It's nothing. It's just like a Mario game. In the
Tunnels.
Nothing more you do it. How fast that game turned up there. As soon as you go away, something similar.
What is this, GameStop now?
You know, once when I was playing Flappy Bird, there was a parody version, say Fallout Bird, Fallout Boy mess. And every time he used to go, Fallout Boy, he the chocolate was damn funny. Let's be alone together.
Shit. Oh god. I
think we talked about game for like 45 minutes. Everyone who's like has no idea is just like spaced out.
We're sorry. It's either anime, games, or
Hey, let's talk about anime. Have you guys watched Boku no Pico?
Best.
that sounds like my
Best
what is
Pokemon
that? What
anime.
is it?
I recommend
My
everyone.
Pico?
Boku no
My
Pico.
Pico.
Boku means me.
Yeah, me.
No means Nagi, and Pico means pick.
So my pick.
My pick.
All I know is Boku no Hero Academia. I've been
Boku
watching
no
that.
Hero. But that's basically like what's the word?
That's a shonen.
So
You know, it's sad. I have to watch dubs
why do you watch dubs?
because I can't read subs.
Oh.
And
I need to
everyone's like, "Why do you watch dubs?" It's like, it's not by choice, bud. It's like I have no choice. I have to watch dubs.
learn Japanese.
I'm good, thank you.
But even if you watch subs more, Japanese tsugi, konsugi, dialogue that sub doesn't 100%.
So yeah, I believe.
So dub is fine, I feel. With some like
As long as you get the meaning, isn't
I
it?
prefer Dragon Ball dub than
Andy
sub.
Memo.
Man, 100%. Have you
Something-
heard Goku?
something about
Goku
Goku's
sounds like a
voice.
little bitch, man.
Well, it is an 80-year-old woman who's voicing him. So
Oh.
it's a woman, by
But
the
why
way.
did they make Goku?
I don't.
But look how cool Goku and Vegeta sound on the dub. My God, the Prince of all Saiyans.
Christopher Sabat. Christopher Sabat is an amazing voice actor,
Right.
and in almost any anime, if you can hear Christopher Sabat, you're like, aha, that's Christopher Sabat, because that sounds like
Cowboy
Vegeta.
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop tay
And
mo.
that dub listen me.
Cowboy Bebop tay, but then it's so old school mo. I mean, I'll relate maybe. They make a Netflix series.
Goku no Pico relate me.
What is Boku no Pico?
Da, bro.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Ah,
Basically,
anime.
it's a
ecchi.
have
Is it
you-
an ecchi anime?
So yeah, something like you know what? Did you watch the movie Call Me by Your Name?
Yes, I.
You do? Huh? Do you know that movie called Call Me by Your
no,
Name?
I
It's
only
about
know.
a romantic.
Do you mean
gay-
your name,
No, Call Me by Your Name.
or just your name?
No,
Because there is one called.
no,
Your
call
Name.
me by my name. No, call me by your name. So I call you my name. So I say Tsawang. See, it's a gay shit movie. Anyways, it's a gay movie. It's about 2 guys who fall in love in south of Italy or France. So basically, it's like these 2 young guys discovering their sexuality. So it's that's kind of similar story. It's Boku no Pico, but 2 teenage gay boys.
I recently managed to get Tenzin to watch anime, and she likes it now.
Which one? Soul.
So,
Demon.
no.
Demon.
Yeah. I
Demon
made it.
Soul,
I
no.
started out with Demon Slayer,
Demon Slayer. Sorry.
and she liked it, and now she's watching Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. Is
Yeah.
it Hunter x Hunter or
It's
Hunter x Hunter?
Either way, like some people say Hunter x Hunter, some say Hunter.
Like
x
the
Hunter.
understood gachita situation because I watched Naruto, I watched and Dragon Ball. No, it's the shonen Sugi is so predictable. No, like
No,
the
here's the best thing.
underdog protagonist wants
No,
to
no,
go
no, no,
and
no.
change the world, and there's all bad
So-
guys and their best friend.
One thing that's cool about Hunter x Hunter is that it looks like a typical shonen anime, but halfway through you realize like this bugger's like satirizing everything about shonen. And like he starts like
and yeah,
throwing things at
Gintama.
Yeah, he starts like
Dragon one, please. Like episode.
Like this is one episode where you think like, oh, they're going to win, and then suddenly he gets his arm broken and it's like, you lose. Like, oh, okay.
My favorite
Shonen,
anime
shonen,
right now
no,
is.
okay.
I'm good. Where's my?
Okay. My favorite anime is still One Punch Man.
I think One Punch
One
Man is
Punch
great.
Man.
No, Norlha. Sorry, my water's right here. It's right here in the
No.
little water bottle.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So see, this is how ad hoc this program is.
Of course, this is the beauty of the PSY-POD. You got no budget, man. No budget program.
I think One Punch season 3 is coming out though, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
today Rick and Morty season 5 comes out.
Darina.
Yes, the
That
premiere.
Shuru, which is Naruto.
So Nabadoba program. Yeah.
I don't know if it's on Netflix. So.
I have to go to court tomorrow.
Why you got court?
I'm getting a divorce. I'm kidding. No, so my friends.
Sad way to find out, Tenzin, on my episode.
I have a story about my court thing. I'll tell you all in a while. But basically, Tenzin and a friend, one of our friends from Calcutta.
You want to talk about this on the air, what?
No, they're getting married, so they need us as witnesses.
Eh? Okay.
But so when Tenzin and I got married back in October.
But last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So very recent, like this year, this October would be first year. So we got everything in order. Okay, so it's like, but then the thing was in Sirang, the rules were like, the guy needs to have 2 witnesses and the girl needs to have 2 witnesses. It just happened by chance that 2 of my really good friends from high school were in Sirang at that time. So then they became my witnesses. So I wore these slip-on formal shoes, which don't have lace, but they are formals. And I've actually
Okay.
worn these
Yeah,
and
I
gone
know.
to almost any formal office.
I know what you're talking about.
So, but my friend, the other one, he didn't have formal shoes, so he just came in his sneakers. So we're all going towards the thing. We've got our kabne on, and then we walk, and then
Humpy, yeah.
the guard was like, "Sergi, to my friend," and then she looks and she sees my shoes, and she's like, "Sergi, na lace mindu, you have to take it off as well." It's like, okay. Then we both took off our shoes, and then the other friend, he also took off his shoes, though he was wearing formals. But they were like, "Why are you taking off your shoes?" He's like, "No, solidarity. We're friends." And then as we start walking up, my wife and my then girlfriend and then her 2 witnesses had already left us and gone into.
What, wait, your wife and then girlfriend?
Sorry, my then girlfriend, now wife.
Oh.
So Tenzin, okay, we'll say
My wife and my girlfriend went to the court.
See, okay. So Tenzin and her 2 witnesses, they had already left us, okay? Because we were like, okay, it's going to take some time. You guys go start filling up the forms. We'll be there. So I'm in my socks. All three of us are in our socks, and we start climbing up the stairs. Again, the police is like, "Sir, Omse We're like, "What?" Like, "No, you have to take off your socks as well." So, but why? And I'm like, "No, you have to." Then the guy who's in solidarity with us is like, "Wait, dude, like, fuck it. If I have to take off my socks, I'll just wear my shoes." He wears his shoes and goes. Me and my other friend had to take off our socks, and then we walk up. And then I'm like, "Where did Tenzin go? Like, the court's huge. I don't know where she goes." And then walked into one room, and she's there filling up the form. And then she looks at, she suddenly sees me walking in barefoot, and she's like, "What the fuck happened? What's wrong? Are you nervous?" I was like, "No, they made me take my shoes off." But I legit had cold feet.
Oh.
Because the cement.
No pun intended.
No, it was legit
Well,
cold
no
feet.
pun intended.
Because the court was cement, and the whole day that I was standing there, my feet were just cold.
But last time I went to Dagana and they said, "Mo, can you go leather shoes?" So we didn't have leather shoes. So we went, "Oh, you want to style, man? No socks, just like you." I have pictures on Instagram.
You got married?
No, I went to Zong Jewa.
Oh, okay.
Just like Nekorna. So they said you can't wear anything, what you call shoes.
Ah.
Similar story.
What about you, Norlha? Ever been married?
Haven't been married.
Divorced 3 times.
Yeah.
With one child, see.
Once.
With one child, and he's always playing PUBG, doesn't give me time. I want the government to ban PUBG, yeah.
Laka do chasholi din mo, bro. Chasholi din the bemse mo. Now wedding, did you do reception?
No, the
Planning?
reason we got married during the pandemic was so that we didn't have to give reception.
Ah.
See?
Modern problems. Modern solutions.
Need cheap solution.
Yeah, but this is coming from the guy who asked her out on the 6 a.m. date to get cheap tickets. Man,
Oh my god, I just realized my character. My character arc.
You should have told her, no, "Baby, did you realize when I first took you on the cheap date that we'd end up here? Yes, on a wedding with no budget. Yes, I predicted that thing."
Yeah. No, but then we do intend to do a
Reception.
small reception with just friends and family.
Family, the most closest to family.
Well, if I just bring my family in alone, I think my family's enough actually. We have about, if I count all my
You
cousins.
said 18 nephews, no, and what did you say?
I have 13 nephews from my cousins. Not from my own sisters, siblings. I'm the only one who's
Okay,
married.
so second Mohans.
So from my first cousins, I've got about 13 nephews. And 2 nieces. I'm not sure. 2 nieces, yes, 2 nieces.
But then again, I think weddings are so like old school, no? It shouldn't be done. It's a flex. It's a big flex. Let's outdo my other friends or other family.
I don't know why anyone would see it as a competition. I never looked at it. I just want to give a little reception to my friends and family. Because I want everyone on that day to focus only on me.
Of course.
Like, I want the attention.
But then you also
man.
want the attention. They say that we had a more grandiose
I know,
ceremony.
I don't
Not
think
back
so.
in the day, I never remember.
Maybe,
Indians,
yeah.
I was looking at the Indians, these fucking bloody guys, they party for 1 week in Shadidi.
Well, no, that's more a...
It's a cultural thing. of
It's a
course.
cultural thing.
But that's what I'm saying. It's more grandiose to say that my party is jigs compared to yours. Or poo, you had black label, I had blue label. Shit like that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I've been to a few like really amazing weddings. I've been, and I didn't see.
It's a celebration of love.
I was there more for the catering.
Because of the influence on the West, and like normal reception means you eat the lunch, you have the dancers.
Tiny crash fate in Thimphu.
You crashed a wedding?
2 weddings.
What did you do? Did you do the 3 dates technique? Just go to a random person and be like, "Hello, uncle," and then the guy's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "You don't know me, uncle? Like, it's me, uncle."
My charo, he was invited because they were ex-neighbors with the groom or something.
Ex-neighbors, okay.
Wow, big wedding, huh? To call your ex-neighbors to the wedding also.
Norlha sholas. Jurite.
Camera babi show malap ya.
Guy mo mission mo like loksam wedding in me
Oh.
Was it at Hotel Migmar?
Easy.
What makes you think? It's a popular
Because
place.
a lot of the Hosam weddings are done at Hotel Migmar. That's why. I have no clue. Ask Sange. Sange will tell you.
Some wedding they must be grandiose also.
I've been to a Hosam wedding. It's
Hindu style what? Hindu style.
it depends on what religion. Not necessarily. I wasn't there for those. Like I went for the reception, but a lot of the time it's dependent because there are Hosams who are Buddhists as well. So it varies. It depends.
So chicken
they after some time groom the mingra the I still remember their names. Vikas Dada da Anjana Didi. Then the chair way the dance with the vibe baby government. Then there was one person who I knew. Chikai side na loinless. Groom ki side na loinless. No. Ngani pa bridal ki charo.
Groom.
That was one time, that was the second time.
Huh?
Second time crash build.
Say the undis yeah. What's the hotel? Namgi Heritage.
Oh.
Anadi Anna Hoxton wedding inte.
That's not what inside.
I love Hoxton weddings.
Grand. The catering must be damn good, the biryani.
That's so stereotypical.
Yeah, it is
What's
stereotypical
wrong
there.
with
It is stereotypical. Wait, some point wedding no biryani में सबसे
Biryani?
Biryani में
I've
सबसे
never had biryani at a Muslim wedding.
Like चारों फ्लोर some point more last time housewarming is biryani bomb ass biryani with that kind of curd which don't got that
Kheer.
Raita.
Wow, raita. Oh,
Kheer is a
damn.
dessert.
Kheer is a raita part bomb ass man. I cannot forget that.
Where do you get good biryani in Thimphu? I have yet to find, and I'm sorry, like for those of you who
biryani houses right now.
who say like biryani. I'm sorry that I mean like I studied in Calcutta for like 4 years, and
Yeah, of course, you went to the
so
source.
my expectation of
Of
biryani
course,
is like
when I went to Hayate and had sushi, that shit ain't sushi, man.
And
That's
Old Boy,
kimbap.
did you guys watch Old Boy?
Yeah.
isn't it the one where he has sex with his daughter?
Why you want to spoil that shit? What's wrong, man? Come on, spoiler alert, censor that name. No, censor that. Censor the image. What a dickhead.
Timestamp gone to me.
So you didn't hear any of that, but then, damn.
Kwani dumplings on that thing.
Oh.
He's locked up
Gyoza.
and he knows the taste of these dumplings.
Mm.
Korean restaurant and the Jomin specific.
Zadra diyorum ben.
Biryani.
There's an episode of How I Met Your Mother also called the burger chicken.
Yeah, the best burger in
Best burger in New York. See.
No, I mean it sounds like a very douchey thing to say, but like when you've actually had like
Yeah, of course.
like,
I'll
actual biryani made by like these people who, and these are guys who only make biryani. There's this one, and here's the thing. Okay, it was in Park Circus, which is a heavily Muslim-dominated area
in
and
Kolkata.
in Kolkata, and biryani is
Of
it's
course,
a
staple
Muslim
food,
it's a Muslim dish. And this restaurant makes nothing but biryani
all day,
every day.
every day. So beef, chicken,
Beef, mutton, chicken, no pork, obviously.
Of course.
And I went there and I had the best biryani.
Or chicken is like.
It was mutton. If you're gonna have biryani, you have to have
They
mutton.
know they say that, no?
Yeah.
But I don't like the smell of it. But anyways, go on.
It depends. And after having that, like it's always become for me like it's not that the biryani here aren't great. I mean they do taste good and they think, but they just don't hit that like level anymore.
course,
Where
of
it's
course.
like like you said with your sushi, right? You've actually had like authentic.
So this Japanese, there is this term called umami, no, which is called the ultimate taste key, the receptor
Threshold.
where you get
Ooh,
that.
mommy.
Where you get that. No. So so that's why Japanese told Garna and umami sinambade. So basically, in that context of it, same like sushi. No, sushi is not fucking seaweed and rolls into rice.
No,
It's
she's an
basi-
actor.
Okay, so but then basically what authentic sushi is just tuna, rice with vinegar, wasabi, and soy sauce. Do you remember that?
Simple.
That's sushi.
Like actually,
So,
wasabi is.
so the sushi which we think is sushi, which is the roll with the seaweed and nanzidumena, is kimbap. It's Korean. It's a Korean food. It's kimbap, bimbap,
no, I think it's
kimbap,
kimbap. It's
kimbap. But then when you say sushi rolls, no, it's actually these are not sushi over there at all. So sushi is just basically fish, rice, wasabi, and soy sauce. So you're learning every day, man. Hashtag the more you know.
Hashtag douchebag.
Hashtag douchebags.
What about you?
The Thailand job,
Yeah, I'm sure
pad thai, the pad thai
you
is
probably had like authentic somtam
Khao pad thai,
or somtam.
tom yum soup.
Somtam. It's somtam, right? That papaya.
Somtam.
Somtam. Yeah.
I can't na Thai Japan. Papaya salad wasn't.
I heard that pregnant women can't eat somtam. You're not supposed to eat raw papaya if you're pregnant. I don't know. It causes some health complications.
Remember
It's just something I heard. Fact check me on this again.
Remember when we were kids, did you hear this rumor that coca makes you pregnant?
I heard so many things make you
Coca,
pregnant.
Oh,
This was when we were in school.
When in school, there was this rumor that coca makes you pregnant.
It's because I think a girl. The story is that a girl did get pregnant, and when they asked who the father was, she said Coca. Something like that.
Oh.
La Loro.
Huh?
Cock, huh? You misheard.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys talk. I'm gonna find out if raw papaya is bad for you.
Then, do you know why? Huh? You know why it's called dolom?
Dolom is not Lungdan.
You don't know?
It's YHS.
Dolom chungkuing.
Bomb the
Junior.
Dolom bomb is YHS. You know why it's called dolom?
Why?
You don't know, yeah?
Kuchbe.
Chimishia.
Story here, backstory.
You didn't know the backstory of why is it called dolom? What?
Backstory चाहिँ
Backstory, yeah. Okay, I think this is very. I don't know if it's sensitive or not. Shame on Kinley story.
Yeah, I know the story.
So basically, this is the story goes. Okay, might be wrong, might be an urban legend, but back in the day, there was a girl. Okay, who was maybe sexually frustrated or interested. Okay, and there's no dildos around. There's no people to
Okay,
Okay, so you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So apparently, she put down there a dolom, and then it got stuck, and then they had to get a doctor to cut it off and remove it, with a process, a medical procedure. So that's why they call YHS dolom. Reason dolom ki minning 내가 지금 고기 타던 수기도 돼 dolom 좀. It doesn't look like it.
My favorite nickname was the one that I heard for Nima, for the students in Nima. There are two.
What's the name?
It's either Nima High School.
Oh, I know, but what's
It's
the
either Forest Ranger
Forest Ranger? Yeah.
or my favorite one, Cow Dung.
Oh, cow dung. Yes, cow dung. And
I
then
studied in Cow Dung. I studied 1 month in Nima.
Dustbin.
I studied in Dustbin as well.
Butang is
Jimmy
dustbin.
Namgyal is Junior Dustbin.
Junior dustbin.
Lungde Zampa is Junior Dolom.
Julian dolom. We got
YHS is Dolom.
dolom. Then we got
Kelki is Pelki.
Kelki is Pelki.
Rinchin is Apple Chor.
Apple chor.
I heard from an ex-Kelki student like pray video
Oh.
next to the highway.
Yeah, students will shout.
Kelki, Felki. The awkward Deolas principal. He's giving the
Announcement.
announcement. The awkward Deolas. Irresponsible citizens.
But this is so when I was in YHS, and then the teachers would come to us and be like, we need some volunteers to go to YDF to help out with something, and everyone immediately like and then we all go to like we're at the YDF hall. Now, when this was when like YDF was under construction,
Yeah, okay.
so we were helping with the gardening, so we're like digging up the soil, putting the flowers in. We see a group of Rinchin students going from above, and they shout down, Dolom! All of us look up, Apple Chor! And then suddenly there's a group of Kelki students from below, Dolom! Felki! And there's this, I don't know, I believe there were people who actually got into fights over this nickname, but in all honesty, I think it's, I think that having these nicknames is what gives these schools makes it so
the
much
charm,
more
the
fun.
charm. But now, yeah, we got a special guest, man. We got a yellow pencil in the building. Come. PC Sep is in the house. How's it going, Mr.
Kuzu,
PC
kuzu.
Sep?
It's going good.
Got Lomos.
Not
Performance.
doing good.
Performance.
No, I just need to drop something.
Oh, now you're going back?
To perform Beo Julie, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was
Plug the performance. Plug it, man. Plug it.
What are those
Plug-
boys
plug it,
called?
bro.
Those beatboxes there, what are they called again?
The beatbox.
They have a name.
Spotlights.
Spotlights.
Oh, they're like a
They were really good.
They're good. No, I saw your stories. They're really good.
They're like a
You should check them out.
Very good.
Pentatonics for me, beatbox we shout them, yeah.
They're-
No, they just beatbox, I think.
No.
They just beatbox, right? They don't
Yeah,
sing.
they beatbox and I think they sing a little bit.
Oh.
But then they're good.
Ah, had that.
People should hire them to make beats.
I think you and I already have we sort of discussed that
okay.
a while ago, so.
Yeah. Big promo.
Money moves.
Alright.
Yeah, Joey, peace.
Alright.
Grumpa Chikeno.
Grum Chikeno, man, today's Grum Chikeno day, man.
Oh yeah, so speaking of, since we're talking about Father's Day, do you all have any memories with your father?
I have good stories.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Good
good stories. I think,
Okay.
before we begin, I think a lot of the time, sons tend to not have the most open relationship.
I have
With
pretty
your
good relationship with my dad.
Really?
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
we talk a lot.
Only me then?
I carpool.
I'm kidding. I have a good relationship.
I
with my
carpool with my dad every day, so we have good talks. So I'll tell you one story. When I was in class 12, I was always like a rebellious kid, but my mom used to always hold me, Chimdara, you won't let me go out. So one day I want to share I said, give me the car, I want to go. So on Garibai, I had no license. I drove to
Bye, yeah, Garibai.
Garibai, you fucking Zonkanazi jada.
I'm sorry, that's what my dad tells me.
I
every time.
know.
My dad does the same thing. He's like, Apanga.
Dad jokes. So basically, long story short, I kept the headlights on, okay? And the headlights were on, and then the battery died. And I couldn't drive the car more. So we'd go downhill, the technique pe, on job. This didn't work. So I got stuck in Zulukha. Then I called my dad and said, Mo, car is going to be asked, no? Please come pick me up. I said, Chim the dero the nima tup mo, the chero mo, karina rajani dalas. So okay, the story doesn't end there. So I go home, okay? I take a taxi. I'm so pissed, right? I'm still like arrogant, like what do you call it, entitled kid. No, so I said to my mom and dad, you guys are horrible parents. My mistake, it happened more. You guys can't pick me up, so I gave them my shit. No. So my dad felt a little guilty. No, they didn't come pick me up. He said it's not because of you. No, it's your stupid friends you go out with. No, I've been irritated. We want to teach you a lesson. Man, sorry, legend. Then I got so pissed. I said, get lost. I'm not even calling you dad anymore. I call you Benjo. Oh, the fire. I saw the fire in him erupt. Then one punch missed, hit me in the back. No, you fucker jada. You and your friends are all posed. You started beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
I ran out the house.
But then, yeah, that's fine.
But that's my favorite story of my dad.
I mean, let's all be honest. We all got whooped by our parents.
But that's my favorite story. I always tell, fucker jada. You and your friends are all posed.
That's fine. Like our dads are all from a different thing, and I think like parenting is not. I sort of regret giving the shit that I gave my mom and dad.
Of course.
Because now when I think about it, I realize like shit, like the things they had to deal with me, especially.
Yeah. It's just that I think I assume a little similar. We've been living in a very privileged household. We don't appreciate until we grow up. The little things we take for granted. Food on the table, gola genjin, color chujin, toys in your jeans, shit we'd buy.
I mean, I like called my dad in the morning today and I was like, Happy Father's Day, and he's like, it's Father's Day? Like, apparently. He's like, okay. And we're very awkward. My family is awkward. Like, we don't even wish each other proper happy birthdays because we're so awkward.
And that's the thing about Asians, we cannot tell our parents that we love them,
I text my dad sometimes that I love them, and then my dad will like send me this long,
it's so awkward,
long, like really heartfelt piece, and I'll be like, okay, Appa, thanks, done.
There's this video I saw on YouTube, like Asian kids call the parents and tell them that they love them. Say, no, they have hard time. Like, Mom, I love you. Okay, boy, I love you too. Like all awkward.
Do you have any stories with your progenitor? Sorry, is it progenitor?
What's?
No, yeah, your dad. Hang on. I'm just gonna Google the word progenitor.
Yup.
My first day of school, actually.
What happened?
Like school concept from Mishimo at the time. Just I remember my dad waking me up. Double lonos, kala chulos.
First day of school, being machine again.
Kala chute. Go ginjinde dele. What's this left? Go ginjinde. The bag chiatsu. Walk no jogelas. Don't love. Love zo. Joy lo love the joy. School china keje.
School Chinaki. You don't even know the name of the school. It's just like dropped.
Ming business, it was eto game.
Eto.
Ming so stays.
Okay, whatever it is.
Eto.
Sigma.
Line the zero.
Line the zero.
She didn't name all this chica zeros. Then lots of kids were crying. Madi.
The first day of school, my plan was you get so attached. You shocked. Your dad used a good memory. Mine tricked them.
Chinara ding askal theonos.
5-head play, man. There's some 5-head play.
First day of school and
next day. The next day, the day.
Papa same trick used by one now.
Memo, so cool.
What are you gonna do to your dad?
To your dad?
I thought he was like revenge on his dad.
Oh,
okay. Your own progeny. Yeah, so sorry, that's the word is progenitor.
So what's your story now?
So when we were living in Wangdi, my mom had to do this class 12, the exam, evaluation.
So only them day?
I lived in Wangdi from 1999 to 2000 and...
Class PP 1, 2, 3.
Class PP 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Okay.
So my dad dropped off my mom to Punakha because she was going to do evaluation. And the thing is, at that point, my dad and I, we did not talk so much. Like, it's an awkward thing for him as well because he comes from a very weird, different type of upbringing. Very reserved. So my dad and I, we never used to talk. And even today, when we do talk, it's not the most open, heartfelt talking. It's more to do we sort of show that we care for each other by talking about things that we actually are invested in with each other. So when he talks about work, I listen to him and so that's how we talk. We don't talk about anything else. And then, so I must have been about 7 or 8 years old, and then I remember we were driving back from Kurutang, and that point where when you're about to reach Lobesa, you start climbing up, right, from Punakha.
I have a vague memory. I've only been to Punakha a few times.
So I was just sitting in the front seat quietly, okay, and I'm just looking out. My dad just stops the car in the middle of the road, and then he like takes it to the side, and then he parks there, and then he's like, "Come out." I was like, "Oh shit, what happened?" And then he comes out, okay, and then he opens the trunk, and then I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "No, just think." And then he takes out this giant inflated tube, and then he's like, "Come," and then he takes my hand, he leads me down.
Inflated tube?
Tube. You know the tube, the floaty?
Oh!
Yeah. So he takes my hand, he takes me down the road, and there's this nice stream that's hidden by a thing, and then he tells me like he takes off my shirt, takes off my pant, puts me in the tube, puts the tube in the water, and we just spent like 2 hours there, like my dad just like pushing me in the stream, no talking. Okay, that's it. Like maybe a little bit of concern here and there, and to this day, like that is a very like
distinct memory.
It's a very distinct memory that I have of my father. And despite the whole like as I got older, like the whole teenage angst and all that sort of stuff, I think like I still know for a fact that my dad did these really
Like
small gestures. Like
sure.
one was when I asked him to make me a cricket bat, and then he made me a ogre's club. I'm not kidding you. My dad's really good with woodwork. Now he can't because he's old. But back then, like when he used to play archery, he used to make me a bow as well, and then I used to play. Then I said, "Appa, make me a cricket bat," because he was into cricket, and I thought maybe if I showed a little interest, I said, "Make me a cricket bat." He takes
So if you knew how a cricket bat looks like, how did it turn out to be an old glove?
Well, he couldn't make the cricket bat exactly. So what he did is he's like starts chopping the wood, makes this nice round thing with a cube at the top, like a mace. I'm like, this is not a cricket bat.
It became a club on it.
It became an ogre's club.
Well, you go for sale. You can keep it in the house for self-defense. Is it still around?
No. He also made me a pira.
What's
Which
a
is
pira?
like when I was studying in Wangdi, we had to take our own chairs to class. So we used to get these wooden stools. And my dad, instead of like everyone else gets these nice cute ones which are like this small, and you can like just sling it over your shoulder. Oh no,
these things existed. Yeah.
This is like in government, like way back in 19. So my dad, instead of making me this small footstool, he makes this really well varnished and polished like this. It's like this big.
Mahogany.
It could have been mahogany at that point, and then I had to walk 45 minutes to school every day.
Oh damn.
And I had to carry that.
Upper strength, body
And then, like
strength.
walk all the way to school, and then finally it got to the point where no one is actually allowed to leave your footstool behind. My teacher felt so bad. She's like, everyone else can take him, like, and keep his, because I had to lug that shit back to school. Yeah, but these are like these small things
but
that my dad did.
nice, sweet moments you have with your family. I think with that note, I think we've been rambling on for a little over an hour, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think
Then just messaged me saying, "Are you coming home for lunch?"
lunch, yeah.
Late lunch.
Late lunch. What do you go? Supper.
Lupper.
Lupper.
Slupper.
Slurper.
Huh?
With that note, I think it's a good note to end episode number 4. Everybody stay safe, even though in the south it's going crazy, and a happy Father's Day and a good Guru Machegi birthday. I think many of you might have been visiting some Lakangs Darimo.
Technically you shouldn't have been, because
Technically you should have been, but on that note, I think we had a good talk. We had a lot of random ramblings today, and although we did not do this last week, we continue to record this via video form every week, and thank you.
And just a few plugs. You can follow Sewang on Instagram at Sewangsai, that is TSEWANGPSY. You can follow Norlha on NORLHA.GIF. You can follow Junor Studios, what is it? On Instagram.
On Junor. JUNOR.
JU-NOR.
If you're watching this video, it's a problem on Junor. Subscribe, it really helps. Hit that like button. Smash the like button. Smash that. Share this to anybody who podcast enthusiasts, anybody who's willing to at least give it a try. And thank you for continuing to listen to our banter. This is episode 4. We continue to make more. And with that being said, Kurumi Chikeno.
Grandpa Chicano.
Stay vegetarian.
Try.
Huh?
Try. Grandpa Chicano. You need that nasal tone.
I watch midget porn.
What?